Where are you from? Describe it.
I'm from Houston, Texas. It's really nice. I'm actually from a little bit north of Houston, kind of suburb area. The weather is a lot hotter than here most of the time, but I really like it.
I am from Helena, Montana. It is the capital of Montana. It's a little bit smaller than Lawrence, probably, it's kind of like has that nature of a lot of people knowing a lot of people in the town.
Describe it.
Marino, Colorado. It's a very small town. There's a population of 300 people. Literally everybody knows everybody. It's an agricultural community. Pretty isolated. We don't interact with the outside world a lot.
I really liked growing up in Houston. I feel like I had a really good connection to like downtown because I lived downtown for a part of my life. And then I also lived in the suburbs and I lived close enough that I could bike to my friends. So I kind of got a lot of different experiences growing up.
I had a great experience growing up there. I went to elementary school, and then once I got to middle school, I pretty much went to school with the same people all the way through high school. I'd play soccer with the same people that I went to school with, and there would just be a lot of overlap between things.
I liked it. Like I said, it was a good community. Everybody knew everybody, so I felt like I had friends all over.
What was your town's reaction to COVID? Like, how many restrictions were put in place? Like, how did the people react to it, etc.?
I think that it took a while for it to really hit.
We shut down pretty fast.
They're non-existent. COVID does not exist in my town.
Remember, as yeehaw as it sounds, they canceled the rodeo, and that's when I was like, oh, this is a real thing. And I think that's kind of a moment that a lot of people were like, oh, things are gonna be different now.
It was a pretty hard reaction, and it stayed that way for, I would say, through the middle of May probably is when things kind of started to open up again.
We have yet to have one case as far as I know. There were no restrictions placed. There were a couple towns nearby, but in my specific town there was nothing enforced except for the athletes who traveled out of town to wear masks in their games.
So how does Lawrence's reaction to COVID compare to your hometown?
I think they are much more strict about it. Which I appreciate.
Everyone wears their masks here all the time. Even when you're outside, walking. It's very much not that way in Helena.
A lot stricter, which I actually do appreciate more. I don't know how I ended up having the beliefs that I do growing up in that town, but I agree with Lawrence a lot more than I agree with Marino, and I appreciate that they have the masks pretty much everywhere.
Even when you're walking outside, you see the majority of people wearing their masks.
Not as comfortable there as I like Lawrence telling everybody to wear a mask all the time.
And then finally, are you glad that you came to Lawrence, and why?
I'm really glad I came to Lawrence. I really like it here. I like the friends I've met. I like I like KU, and I like being able to be so close to a really cool town that has a lot of hidden gems.
Yes, I love Lawrence so much because it does feel a lot like my home, but it is also different, and I get to see and meet different people.
I mean, the community's nice. I like that there's actually a policy with COVID. It's not just oh, you don't need to worry about that. I like that it's actually considered and brought into our lives, and they make us know about it and educate us, and don't just be ignore that, it's for another time.
Everybody just kind of feels instantly at home in Lawrence. It's just very welcoming and very positive, and I love it a lot.